Okay, in this video I want to talk more about the specific syntax of doing if decisions in a flowchart. So for the example, let's say we wanted a program that's going to get a user's age and then make a decision or a comparison to decide if they're old enough to drive or not, and display a different message based on their age. So it's going to require a decision to make that happen in the program. So let's just walk through the steps of the program and we'll talk about the specific syntax as we get to it. So the first thing we need is to read in some values. So we're going to read their name and that age, which is the important variable here. So they're going to type an age, it's going to get stored there. So if we're going to display one message or another based on whether they can drive or not, the next thing we can do in this flowchart is go ahead and do that comparison or do that decision symbol. Okay, so we've got the age here. So we can then test that age variable to see if they're old enough to drive or not. So we have in the decision, the syntax here is important, right? We always have one value, a comparison greater than, equal to, less than, another value, and then don't forget the question mark. So here we have age greater than 15. We could have said greater than equal to 16, however you want to put that. But I have age, the greater than operator, the value we're comparing it to, and then don't forget the question mark. So then if you recall, the way the decision works is we're going to have something coming out of each side. We're going to have a yes if they did pass the test and a no if they didn't. So in this case, if age is greater than 15, it's going to execute this stuff over here. So we have a yes side and it's going to execute an output saying yes, you can drive. Okay, so we got another input output symbol here, and we got write with a message in there based on the fact that they passed this test. So remember, when you send something out of one side or another of this diamond, don't forget to put your yes and your no so that somebody reading this flowchart can say, okay, if they pass this test, here's the yes side, it's going to do this. And if they didn't, there'll be a no side over here. So on the other side, we've got no. So again, if they typed age 14 here, it would say age greater than 15. No, it's not. So it would send it over here to the no side, and they would see if this was actually executing in a program, they would see this message here, right? So the way this diamond works, it'll do the comparison that you put explicitly in here, age greater than 15. If it is yes, it'll send it over here. If it's not no, it'll send it over there. So again, same syntax as the yes. We've got something coming out of this side. Make sure you put a no, and then whatever you want to happen over here, which in this case, we're just writing something out. And then don't forget, this is kind of the last part of the if. Whenever you use a decision symbol or a diamond, you need to connect it with that circle symbol, which is the connector, so that the program comes back together and terminates in one spot. So the diamond will have something coming out of each side, a yes and a no, and then whether you do one step or 3 steps or however many steps on each side, eventually it needs to be tied back together with this connector symbol, which is just the circle. And then if we're doing this flowchart properly, we want to end with the termination symbol.